You ain't writing off with ink, but you writing off greatness. Oh, that's a bar. That's a bar. I'm gonna write that down. You might have just seen a bar get conceived. That's a terrible fucking image. Oh shit, I never could do an intro. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another day, another album. It's a brand new day. You know what that means. Let's go see what the album list is giving us today. Alright, so today we're talking about one of my favorite weirdo albums that I've talked a little bit about before, Van by Clowncore. Clowncore is not a genre mix of metalcore with circus bangers, but two guys who dress up as clowns and make a genre of music that I really don't know how to describe if there even is one. My attempt at describing it is just a metal, jazz, ambient, electronic album that is as chaotic as a mix of all of those things sound. This album was made in large part inside of the very van on the cover of the album, and a video of their performance can be found on YouTube. And this was actually how I discovered the band while late night bullshitting through YouTube recommendations. I didn't like the music at first, but I thought the concept was cool. The album has grown on me a lot since then though, as its unabashed weirdness and musicality really shine well juxtaposed with each other. The opening track, Flat Earth, lets you know right off the bat if this album is going to be for you. The sharp synth stabs, followed by frantic drum and bass leading into some fast and solid saxophone playing. Then the saxophone and a clown horn trade notes, followed by metal screamo. The saxophone melody after the screaming is my favorite part of the song, followed by the electronic textured screaming that comes afterwards. This song is actually one of the longest on the album, and it's only 2 minutes long. So for this track and many of these tracks, there may not be much to really add about it. The title track, Van, leads more into the metal sound of the album, matching frantic drumming with screaming. It's an okay track, but it's so short at 1 minute that it's barely worth mentioning or honestly complaining about. The following song, named Song, starts with a softer side of the album, but halfway through a drum fill leads to some monstrously catchy riffs. A short but sweet absolute banger. Computers brings back synth stabs and leans further into noise here, as some great D&B drums add some great rhythm to the song. The screaming here works pretty well, as it really makes the song sound like a horror movie almost. The saxophone solo, however, is the greatest part, because it sounds like it's coming straight out of fucking heaven, closing out with the electronic synths and a few more saxophone notes. Truly another banger. Tears of God gets to the softer, jazzier, and more ambient side of the album. It opens with the saxophone and some absolutely gorgeous keys, which softly play on a slower, more low-key song. I wouldn't say that the softer moments are better than the harsher yet catchier moments, but rather that both work independently and together fairly well. The only change is that I'd love to hear some drums on this track. I think some jazz drums could really spice this up a little bit. Keyboard brings the harsh synths back, sounding like a horror movie as the saxophone and blown out drums give one of the best melodies to headbang to, with the saxophone kind of taking the place of where guitar riffs would take place. The drums here are an absolute favorite of mine from the track. They really keep the song from feeling repetitive. But again, these songs are so short that it barely matters, with this song in particular clocking in at 1 minute and 45 seconds. I've probably talked about the song longer than the song is on. Baloney Penis is a 21-second interlude that could have been a whole song, honestly, and I kinda wish it was. McDonald's is 7 seconds long. I reviewed You Are Pregnant on a song review I'll link below, but once again, another banger on the album, especially the drums here. Existence's start transitions well from the previous song, with catchy saxophone leading to the return of screaming. The synths here get menacing once again, and the riffs here kill with the drumming. another highlight on this album, especially the saxophone at the end. Great touch. For all the harshness and excitement of the album thus far, personally my favorite moment is the most peaceful point on the album. The song End is an atmospheric ambient vibe that is produced immaculately. So immaculately that I'm pretty sure this was made before their van ride that made the album, but honestly, I don't care, and I listen to it every single night. It's such a great moment of calm on the album. And the album closes with Infinite Realm of Incomprehensible Suffering, which I won't spoil, but it does truly live up to its name in the most unexpected way possible. Van is one of the largest bursts of weird I've heard on an album, mixing a whole lot of genres that traditionally you wouldn't think go together into a show of talent that almost has a layer of humor to it. I highly recommend this album, especially the visual album on YouTube. Watching the album being played live is an absolute experience. Van by Clowncore is a 7.5 out of 10. Currently sitting at number 163 on the list. Be sure to let me know your favorite Clowncore song in the comments, and I'll see y'all for the next review. Peaces.